The Boston Marathon is full of traditions, and that includes the Black Unicorn Marathoners. The group is on a mission to connect BIPOC runners associated with the Boston Marathon. And each year, people come together before race day for this celebration. It happens at the Reggie Lewis Center in Roxbury, and the highlight is the procession of athletes. Joining me now are three Black Unicorn Marathoners, Nicole Casimir, Jetola Anderson-Blair, and Akeem Lloyd. Thank you both, all of you, for coming here.
Thank you for having us.
We appreciate it. Let's talk about this because the annual Black Unicorns event has been a staple for Marathon Weekend. So Jetola, we'll start with you. You're the co-founder of this. Why do you think this is something people look forward to every year?
Because it provides the opportunity to connect and for you to celebrate your achievement. So when I ran my first Boston, it was a big deal getting there because Boston is magic. It's this huge mystery. And when it was over, there was this element of letdown, like, okay, is that it? And it's because I felt isolated. There was no connection and there was nobody to celebrate this huge achievement. And I know that there were other people who felt that way because I knew I wasn't alone. And so the idea came about, like, how about we find the isolated people, connect them, and celebrate the achievement. And so that's at the heart of the Black Unicorn Marathon, is that you are indeed a rare find, because when you think of the Boston Marathon, people immediately think of the elites, the people who are pursuing the purse, not the average Joe that's just out there achieving something they didn't think they could. And we wanted to connect those individuals and say, hey, we see you, we recognize what you've achieved, and we celebrate you.
That's beautiful. One of the local groups that the Black Unicorn celebrates is the Live Fit Army Run Team, right? It's a community-driven run club that meets twice a week in Hyde Park. Nicole, you are a captain of that group. So
Yes,
how is your team making a difference in Boston?
Well, we are running the streets of Boston. And people see us running, and at first it's a shock because, there aren't too many Black people running. There weren't. But now we are on the streets, we are outside, and we are encouraging people to come outside and run with us. It doesn't matter whether you're fast, slow, you're walking, we have all three. I am not a fast runner, but by running with this group, I have so much energy. I wouldn't even, and also I feel seen, because when you come to a certain age and, and then you're running, all of a sudden you're part of a running group and you're a runner. And, it took me a while to really think that I was a runner. But, I was embraced, I am embraced. And, the people behind me, the group, the Live Fit Army, they are the wind beneath my wings. And so, running is a part of my life now. And if I don't run on Mondays or Wednesdays and Saturdays, I feel like something is missing.
Oh, because you found community,
I found community, and I found family.
Oh,
it's more like a family.
I like that. Okay,
Yes.
so Jetola, I know that you are a member of Black Girls Run. Akeem, you are part of Black Men Run.
Yes.
How can a BIPOC group change an athlete's running experience in your view?
I love that question, and I actually will go back to I'll start with the family piece, because that feeling that you are a part of something larger than yourself can have a huge impact on how you show up in the world, right? With Black Men Run, we meet on Saturdays, and we show up every Saturday throughout the year, rain, sleet, snow, shine. And when you have folks that are counting on you, right? When you have folks who are holding you accountable, it changes not only the way that you are going to attack your health, but it also can play a role in how you approach just life in general, right? And how you show up and how you want to show up for people.
I think that that's an amazing thing. And you're right, that family piece is, I think, what a lot of people are craving, community. So these groups really provide that space for folks and gives people an idea like, oh, I can do this too if I see other folks who look like me doing it as well, and we can connect.
Yes.
Jetola, we have to talk about this because you're about to compete in your 13th Boston Marathon. What? You are running with Team Bevins. The team honors Marilyn Bevins, right? The first U.S.-born black woman to break the 3-hour mark at the Boston Marathon. I have to ask you this first. How do you try to carry on her legacy as an athlete?
So it's the notion that there's a space for us. So when Marilyn ran, for the longest time, nobody even knew her story. She was one of those hidden figures. And so carrying on that legacy brings that charge of presence. We want to show that she did it, and we don't want to erase her memory or her accomplishment. And we go forward with that element of obligation, if you will, that we need to honor her. And so when I step on the course, it's not just me, it's not just her, it represents all of us. So Marilyn broke forward to the door, or she broke down the wall, and I'm just following and reaching my hand behind to, whether it's young girls or whoever, to say, hey, this path is here for us, and we must not forget, and we must keep going.
Yeah, well said. I mean, we mentioned this is your 13th Boston Marathon, but we just learned moments ago that this is your, 100 and what?
It's over
marathon?
140. I'm at the point where I've really stopped counting.
Wow.
The marathon distance is my favorite distance, and believe it or not, the scariest distance for me is the 5K. So the 26.2 is my sweet spot. It's my comfortable spot, and I just do it. You know that there's that sound that says, "Oh, I don't know how I did it. I just do it." That's it. I don't know how I do it. I just do it.
That is amazing. I do think a lot of it is mental, and I wanted to ask you, Akeem, because you're also running the Boston Marathon. I agree. What is your mentality? Because you're running this as well.
Yes.
How do you get your mind right? How do you get yourself ready to go, especially for the runners who are getting ready for their first race coming up?
So very much so how we started with the thought of you train to run the race that you want to hopefully finish, right? And mentally, you because you train that way, when you show up to the race, you hope that the outcome ends up being just that, right? But at the end of the day, for everyday heroes, like the two ladies sitting to my right, I think showing up is you already won, right? And then if you do make it to the finish line, that's just icing on the cake.
I wish we can continue talking. We're out of time here, but I'm so inspired by all of you. Jetola, Nicole, Akeem, thank you both so much. All of you so much. And good luck to you both as well. You can watch the 130th Boston Marathon all day Monday right here on Channel 5. We are kicking off the day with a special edition of the Eye Opener at 4 a.m. WCVB is proud to be the exclusive local broadcast partner of the Boston Athletic Association. Thank you so much for watching. CityLine is about the stories that shape our communities, and we want to hear yours. Share what's happening where you live at CityLine at WCVB.com. We'll see you next time.